Network reconnaissance, daemon banner grabbing. Now, all of you already know that every single computer connected to the internet, it could be your home computer or a company computer or a server serving millions of users at the same point of time, have certain open ports. Now, each open port has some software, some application, or some daemon running on it. So, the next logical step of information gathering after ping sweeping, trace routing, and port scanning is daemon banner grabbing. Now that you know what ports are open on the target computer, you can actually connect to each one of those ports either using a port scanner or using the manual telnet application and actually connect or display or view the daemon banner which welcomes you to that particular daemon. Now what happens is, let me describe this a bit better to make you understand what daemon banner grabbing actually is all about. Now every single open port has a software or a daemon or an application running. When you connect to that open port, essentially you're connecting to that open application software or daemon. As soon as you connect to the application software or daemon, the application software or daemon will welcome you by showing a welcome message on the screen. So this welcome message that is displayed on the screen as soon as you connect to an open port or an open application or daemon actually in itself sometimes reveals extremely sensitive, extremely interesting information about the target computer. Daemon banner grabbing is again a very good information gathering technique. So the process of getting useful information about the target system by simply connecting to the open ports and recording the welcome banners or the various daemons running on these open ports is known as daemon banner grabbing. So typically daemon banner grabbing is used for a wide variety of different purposes. It is used to find out the software or daemon name and version number that is running on all the open ports of the target computer. It is used for operating system information detection or OS detection purposes, security measures detection or firewall enumeration purposes, and most importantly, it is also used to identify possible entry points into the target computer. Until this point of time, we were only determining or finding out more and more information about the target computer. After daemon banner grabbing, we are actually now looking for possible entry points into the target computer. So how can you actually perform daemon banner grabbing? Now instead of sitting here or rather standing here and giving you a lecture on daemon banner grabbing, I think what I'll do instead is I'll give you a simple demonstration on how you perform daemon banner grabbing on various open ports on the target computer. Now performing daemon banner grabbing manually using the telnet application is quite boring, cumbersome and time consuming. Instead, there are a lot of fantastic tools that are available on the internet which can simply be downloaded and one can start using them to perform daemon banner grabbing on the target computer. So I'd like to recommend and share a few tools and give a few demonstrations on how ready-made tools can be used for more effective, better and faster daemon banner grabbing on the target computer. For all those of you who use Unix, the netcat tool is a fantastic daemon banner grabber which can be downloaded and which can be used for daemon banner grabbing of the target user or the target consumer or the target victim. Superscan, we've already used and seen Superscan in the past, is fantastic as far as daemon banner grabbing is concerned. Another excellent tool as far as daemon banner grabbing is concerned is Samspade Crawler. It's fantastic as far as website crawling and information gathering from the website of the target computer is concerned. Another very good tool which has not been mentioned here in the list, but I'm sure all of you are very much aware of what name I'm actually going to mention now. Yes, you are correct. The godfather of information gathering, the Nmap tool. The Nmap tool can also be used for effective daemon banner grabbing. So at this point of time, I'd like to quickly give a few demonstrations of how these automatic tools can be used for daemon banner grabbing purposes. So what are the various countermeasures that are possible against daemon banner grabbing? First of all, it is a fantastic idea to edit the default welcome message that is displayed each time an attacker or a client connects to a particular port number and ensure that important information like the daemon name, the daemon version and the operating system name is not displayed. For example, in the hackingmobilephones.com port 80 port HTTP example, the operating system gets displayed, the web server gets displayed, the web server version also gets displayed, even the PHP version gets displayed. So all that information can actually be edited, can actually be configured to not be displayed when daemon banner grabbing or probing is performed. It is also a good idea to not only edit the default welcome messages but even misguide the attacker by giving him false contact or false information. In other words, if you're running a Unix system, in the daemon banner welcome message, instead of typing Unix, you can also display something like Windows. That will completely throw the attacker off the track and make life extremely difficult for him. Another good strategy is to use a long daemon banner welcome message which takes a long time to load, while in the meantime you use any of the countermeasure or any of the daemon banner grabbing tools that we discussed earlier to actually trace the attacker and find out information about the attacker himself. So daemon banner grabbing is quite dangerous, and these countermeasures should more or less allow most system administrators to counter this information gathering technique. Until now, the information gathering techniques that we have discussed allow us to find out a lot of interesting information about the target computer. For example, we know how to determine whether the target computer is alive or not. We know how to determine the network topography information about the target computer. We know how to determine what ports are open on the target computer and what services are running on these various open ports. We also know how to connect to these various open ports or open services and determine more important sensitive information about each of these services and even the target computer. However, we still don't have a ready-made solution, a good technique, a guaranteed technique which can be used to determine the operating system running on the target computer.